This is The Litter Box, a Detroit Lions podcast with your hosts, Chet West and Bill Patterson.
Welcome to The Litter Box, Lions fans. I've got to eat some crow today because I had us picked to lose, along with just about every other pundit in the nation. You've got your hosts, Chet and Billy P. Patterson from the D is with me here. And Bill, we got to give you your kudos here, man. You picked this win. I don't think the score was terribly close to what you picked, but you picked a win out of this one. Why did you think they were going to win, Bill?
They were due.
They were due. It's just a due date. Just a due date. The milk wasn't going bad yet.
The Ravens D had shown serious signs. We reviewed it or previewed it. I mean, without having that 3 technique that can penetrate and really disrupt what was going on between the guards and center, the Lions had their way. And if I can start now, the game ball doesn't go to us. The game ball goes to the Lions. And Sonic and Knuckles each deserve a game ball. I know that Knuckles actually got one from Dan Campbell. Well deserved. But they feasted running up the middle of the Ravens defense. And I know Lions fans are feeling high on cloud 9 right now. It was a 38-30 win on Monday Night Football. It felt much bigger than the final score, to which you mentioned earlier. I'm curious to see if this Ravens team is the team that people thought they were, or if they regress somewhere, because that D, boy, the Lions had their way with them.
They did, and they were missing. We talked about this. They were missing a couple, they were missing Van Noy, key edge rusher. They're missing interior linemen. They're missing, I believe, a D-back likewise. So we have some holes there, but we're missing people too. I mean, we don't have, guys like Aleem McNeil. We're trying to fill things in. That's the NFL. I debate the Sonic game ball. The Knuckles game ball, yes, for sure. Sonic, I think what was interesting about this game in the beginning, they kept trying to run Sonic out around the edge, and he was going nowhere. And the second they got Knuckles involved and started running up the gut with that full steam ahead, bruising running he does, that was kind of the difference maker in this game. I also think whenever they get Laporta involved, especially on third downs, good things happen. I wish he would get a couple more catches per game. Just a few.
He was used primarily as a blocker, and he played a great game. And I've got to give you props. You said that it wasn't going to be a good Gibbs game. He still got 2 scores. He did some good things, but it really was not a Sonic day. The fact is, it was really the offensive line that opened things up. We talked about how similar both backs are, Sonic and Knuckles. The difference is Sonic would have scored 100 times out of 100 on that long run that Knuckles had, that he got dragged down after, I don't know, X amount of yards. And that's the difference.
You had other game balls to give out. What else did you want to, we've given Sonic and Knuckles their kudos. Who else do you want to give a game ball to?
Well, the O-line deserves it. And then Johnny Moe, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But he called his second straight.
Yeah.
I don't want to say perfect game, but
he did a great job.
I mean, he was above 95%. And Chet, they scored 38 points in this game. They put a 52 burger on the Bears. That's 90 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
They're operating at a high level right now. And the Ravens don't have the defense they once had, but it's not a bad defense by any stretch. We still beat a good defense there. And I think it was you that sent this video to me. It was an Emmanuel Acho that was breaking down the reprogramming of the Ravens defense that Johnny Morton was doing. That is an incredible video. Everybody should go out and search Emmanuel Acho's video on the reprogramming that Johnny Morton did to the Ravens defense throughout the game. Quite a telling and insightful video there. You had one other game ball, though. You've mentioned the O-line. So we got Sewell, Ratledge, Johnny Moe covered. What about, there was a certain receiver that you wanted to give a game ball to?
Yeah. Our boy.
The Sun God.
Ra St. Brown.
The Sun God gets a game ball. I feel there is something about him. He's not huge. He's not some imposing possession guy that shrugs guys off and catches balls like a la Calvin Johnson but he runs his routes. The man is an artisan at route running. You watch the routes he runs are freaking perfect. And you got to hand it to Goff. He puts the ball on the freaking money. The money.
Quote, in pure props to Jared Goff. He was amazing. That throw he made where Gibbs couldn't even see it to get the first down was perfect. But anyway, going back to this, quote, Goff said the best receiver he's ever played with is St. Brown.
Yeah.
And I'm
slight dig to Cooper Kupp there.
Fair. It's fair.
Fair.
I'm starting to think that the comp for our guy, the Sun God, could be a really high ceiling.
I used to think it was Golden Tate, but I think they just look alike in a way. They aren't really that similar. This was years ago when Sun God was just starting his ascendancy. I was like, oh, he's like another Golden Tate. This will be great.
So
he's so much better.
So can I?
Who's your comp?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice
Runs great routes.
Yeah.
Fast enough, strong enough, blocks well, and is
missing a few inches on height, but makes up for it in other areas.
Yeah.
I would say he's a little stronger than Rice, maybe
stronger than Rice, but I know he's the greatest receiver of all time. That being Jerry Rice, number 80, San Francisco 49er legend. I know those are big shoes to fill, but at this point, Chet, I'm going to just lay my chips on the table. There isn't another wide receiver that I would want more than Amon-Ra.
You and Jared Goff. You and Jared Goff are double dating Amon-Ra, the Sun God, right now. And I may jump in there for a 4-way deal here. You wanted to give game balls to the defense.
Bloody Jack Campbell gets my ball.
He had some sort of lip candy going there halfway through the game. That was just what happened. I don't even want to know what his lip looked like underneath all that gauze. But you liked him. You liked who else?
All right, so we have a nickname. We're borrowing it a little bit from 97 Won the Ticket.
Okay.
Bob Muhammad. Don't ask me.
Bob Muhammad.
The well-traveled, often cut.
Bob Muhammad. Okay.
He had a whale of a game, and he got a game ball from Dan Campbell. And if he got one from Coach Campbell, that's good enough for me.
I'll tell you what. I didn't realize how many he's played. He's knocked around a little.
He's a journeyman.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a journeyman, but he's finding his feet here. He's finding his sea legs with our Detroit Lions right now on that line, just in time too, because we can use it. But who else are you giving a ball to? His line mate.
Oh, we got to give shout out to Hutch.
Yeah.
I mean, when a team can generate that much pass rush, 7 sacks on the Baltimore Ravens, who have, either the first.
He was flying around everywhere. Old school Hutch.
But Lamar Jackson's either what? The number 1A, 1B, 1C.
He's not an easy target.
No.
Yeah. Not an easy target. And we'll do some PFF grades in a bit, but Hutch fared very well. Who else? You had one other guy.
Well, it's not a game ball, but it's a shout out.
Okay.
The Lions have stuck with him through thick and thin.
Yeah. I know what you're going to here.
Yeah. I got to give our guy Barnes a shout out.
He had a heck of a game. He was disruptive all game long. I like that game ball. I give him the game ball. Give him a game ball, not a shout out. He gets a game ball too.
All right, game ball.
He gets one. Give him a game ball. They're cheap. We got tons of them in the hopper over there. Slightly deflated Tom Brady style ones too. So you had some guys you weren't terribly happy with. Who drove you crazy in this one?
Well, the obvious answer is going to be Terrion Arnold. He had as bad of a first half as I've seen. And Chet, I texted it to you during the game. I'm real worried about the 2024 draft for the Lions because we've got Rakestraw that can't seem to find the field. We've got Arnold, who seems to be, I think I read today, he's the 77th rated of 82 or 83 defensive backs that have played 100 snaps for their teams through 3 games. So he is bottom 5 or bottom 6 in the NFL. The other guy that had a bad game that I'm
You
really
had a surprising one here. Yeah, I'm curious about this.
Brian Branch just didn't have a great game.
It wasn't a Brian Branch-esque game. He had some trouble covering Andrews in a few of the assignments he got. Not that that's an easy task. Okay? No. But Andrews did abuse him a little bit.
And this goes beyond just the interception that he should have had that he didn't. The key thing is he couldn't really cover tight ends, and he was really struggling also on Justice Hill out of the flat. So last guy, we're going to go as he goes.
Yeah.
The O-line, I already gave kudos. You gave kudos. We can send bouquets. I'm still really worried about Graham Glasgow.
Yeah.
That's it.
And in all honesty, his grade did improve. We'll get to the PFF here in a second, but his grades have improved. But that's like, I mean, we're inching our way up from a very low level. So we'll talk about that here in a second. So you got your game balls out there. You feel good about that. What about, I'm going to give you another call out. You nailed the punting aspect of things, didn't you? You and your special teams call. I think you even threw a little hint in there that Jake Bates was going to do something. Guy saved a touchdown. Okay. Saved the touchdown, kicked a field goal, almost set an NFL record, hooked it a little left on one. I tell you what, Bill, you were on it with the special teams. That was really good. So I nailed Montgomery. You nailed special teams. What else did we hit on there? We hit on probably just, you hit on the win.
The win.
Yeah, we'll take that.
All right.
Let's do them. You want to do them?
Yeah, I want to hear these grades.
Okay. I'm going to give you the top 6 on the offense. Okay.
Can't wait.
Top 6 on the offense. Number 1 coming out in the gates, and this is a very high score. This is actually kind of incredible. Penei Sewell overall had a 98.7.
What?
98.7.
I knew he played well. That's almost a perfect grade.
His run block grade, Bill, was a 99.3.
So he destroyed whoever was in front of him.
His pass block was a 75.4, not quite as good, but his run block was a 99.3.
They won the game running the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible for Penei. And that's just like, this is why Penei is one of the best in the league. He gets grades like that, and he did an excellent job.
I think he's the best right tackle in the league.
He's probably the best right tackle. I'm talking about one of the best football players in the league.
Top 5.
He's up there. So
how many times,
2,
real quick, how many times was Jared Goff sacked in this game?
I believe it was a goose egg, man. I don't remember him on his back.
No,
once.
It was a big fat goose egg.
I don't even remember him really getting rushed a whole lot, like much pressure. Maybe in the beginning of the game, I remember him having to roll out and throw a ball or two away in the first quarter or so. But after we got that run game with Montgomery going, he had all day to pass. You could tell they took him completely off balance. You want number 2 is going to be a surprising one. Tate Ratledge.
Ooh, the rookie. I love it.
The rookie comes in with a 91.4 overall, a 90.2 run block, and a 68.5 pass block. The right side of the line graded very high for blocking. The right 2 graded very high for blocking. 68.5 pass block, not great. So the right side of the line wasn't stellar in their pass blocking. Number 3 on the list, David Montgomery, Knuckles. 89.5 from your running back. Whoo! That is pretty darn good. He had a run grade of 84.9. So number 4, the Sun God, your guy, my guy, Jared Goff's guy. 86.9 on that one, and 84.6 in the passing game. Excellent score for Amon-Ra. He's our number 4 guy. In week 1, we didn't have a guy that had 86.9 overall at all. So you're seeing the climb up the stairs, the long stairway here of PFF grades for us. Taylor Decker was number 5. So you had 3 guys on the O-line that were in our top 5 in PFF. Decker had an 82.9, 72.6 pass block, but had excellent run blocking at 84.1. That's our 3rd lineman with a great run blocking score. And then Sam Laporta rounded it out at 6 for the top 6, which I was sort of shocked at that. I didn't think he got he only had so many plays, but he had a 71. It dropped off, or excuse me, an 81.6. My bad.
What was his blocking grade? If you
his
don't mind?
pass blocking grade was a 65.9. His run block was a 76.6.
Okay, that's where.
So he did a little better in the run blocking than he did the pass blocking. I'll go to the bottom two. I'm going to give you your bottom two.
Well, real quick, Decker deserves a shout out because he's playing hurt.
Yeah.
To the point that he's barely practicing. He's only in there for formational lineups and walkthroughs, non-contact. And
he's a veteran. He's a veteran. I mean, he knows what he's
a wily veteran. And I think we need to just recognize that. Go ahead.
I agree.
Who are our bottom two?
So I'm going to give you the bottom two. The first one's kind of a cheap one because they only got 14 total snaps. So Isaac Tislaw was the bottom.
We
don't want to hit him too hard. The bottom guy, the only guy that got at least half the snaps at 33 snaps was Khalif Raymond. So he's your 56. He's your third or fourth receiver.
Who cares?
Yeah. So the next guy up was Brock Wright, and he only got 38 snaps, and he was a 61. So you're looking at a guy who was a 61. In week one, we were okay with a 61, as bad as things went. And now our bottom guys are like 61 and 56, and they're kind of role player type things. And if you want to go one more up from there, since I gave you a couple cheapies, the one guy who had the full playing time at 62 snaps that had the lowest score was Jameson Williams, and he had a 63.2. So JMO didn't have a terrible game, I don't think, by any stretch, but he got dinged a little on run block. Whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about that.
He had two huge catches in the opening.
He had two huge catches.
First quarter drives that were
Graham Glasgow is the lowest graded offensive lineman. I think we're going to see that every single week. He cracked 63.8 overall. So those are your offensive grades. I'm going to jump over to defense real quick. You have anything to add on any of that before I do D?
Nothing whatsoever.
All right. We're going to get through these a little quicker. Yeah.
I hope Graham Glasgow digs himself out of this hole.
I hope he does too. We need it. We need a center. You saw, part of Baltimore's strength, they have one of the best centers in the league. All these good quarterbacks seem to have good centers. So Graham needs to, maybe he'll climb. He is chipping away. He's slowly, gradually getting up there. I'd like to see him just crack 70. Number one, defense. Our guy, Aiden Hutchinson, 91.8. His run defense score is the impressive one here, 93.1. He was great on the run. Pass rush, 84.3. Not too shabby at all. Shockingly, I'm going to skip over the guy who's number two because he only had 2 snaps. Shockingly, the number 2 guy, the second guy in the starters, DJ Reed, with an 83. I'm shocked. I'm actually plumb shocked that he scored that high. I didn't think he had a bad game. I didn't think he had a great game. I think Arnold was definitely worse.
That's awesome, given where he was
100%.
Against the Packers.
100%.
And he didn't even have that great of a game against the Bears. So again, we're seeing steps in the right direction.
Maybe a step for DJ.
Love it.
Jack Campbell got number 4 at an 80.1. He and his busted up lip.
He was awesome.
And the number 5 guy, I'm going to skip number 5. He only got 8 snaps. Number 6 was Al-Qadim Muhammad. Bobby Muhammad got a 74.5. Not bad for him. I thought he would have been a little better. Pass rush grade was a 75. Makes me wonder if he benefited from the other guys on the line, like Hutch or somebody else.
DJ Reader.
Some things up for him. Yeah, and DJ Reader didn't get a great grade. Lopez didn't get a great grade.
Lopez shouldn't.
So those guys are down the way a little. Same with Tyleek. Tyleek's grade, none of those guys cracked 60 that I just mentioned, which is sort of shocking. So it was all Hutch and Muhammad, apparently.
Yeah, I'm going to reserve.
It's a team sport.
I thought Williams held his own.
Yeah. And I think he's a rookie. So
yeah,
I think he held his own. I'll tell you who the bad ones.
Go ahead. Who's in the naughty chair? Or in the back of the classroom?
I'm giving you, because he was a starter in this game and he took 20 snaps, Patrick O'Connor. Got a 34.9.
He's not
with his 20
he's not a
snaps.
real starter.
It's not a real starter, but he did in this game. The next guy up, Amik Robertson, had a 38.7. I don't remember Amik being that bad. I don't remember him being good. He must have gotten torched on a few plays or something happened there. He had a really low coverage score at 37.7 and a really low tackle score. So he must have slipped off a few tackles. The name you're looking for, Terrion Arnold was the third lowest overall. And he had 51 snaps. So he's the guy that scored the lowest of the regulars.
So can I give you a couple things that just to chew on? It's too soon to say it's concerning. In Dan Campbell's presser, he basically alluded to the fact that Arnold's struggling.
Yeah.
And they're aware of it. Yeah. And that Robertson only plays nickel primarily.
Yep.
Meaning when three linebackers are on the field, he's not on the field.
Yeah.
4 defensive backs.
So if you want your two guys that played all the snaps, it's Arnold and Branch. They scored the lowest, and they both basically got a 45. So that's your sore spot for this.
All right, let me finish this.
Yeah.
Campbell basically said that Robertson's going to be taking some of those snaps away from Arnold.
Interesting.
Just something for our listeners to keep an eye on.
I wonder if that'll benefit us that much. I mean, is Robertson that much better?
Don't know.
Yeah.
We will find out.
Dirt.
So that's a great
there it is.
Lead into the next opponent that the Lions play from the AFC North. That would be the Cleveland Browns, the city that I was born in. And the Browns currently are 9.5-point dogs. That line has jumped a full point since it opened.
That is shocking.
The over-under is 44.5. If you want to take the money line in the Browns, it's plus 400. And my thoughts on this, and I will let you go, as soon as I'm done. I'm giving the points all day long. The Browns have the number 1 defense in the league right now, and they're number 1 against the run. I am not taking the Lions and the points on this. I'm also taking the under, and I wouldn't touch that money line for all the tea in China.
Remember how I said the last game was going to be low scoring? I think this is going to be a low scoring affair. This might be
very low scoring.
This might be a knockdown, drag out type deal. I don't see the Browns having much offense. That's our one saving grace. That's going to be a very, very interesting. I mean, let's just hope that we don't have the letdown of losing to a Browns team after we just did what we did in Baltimore. They gave fits to the Packers. And beat them.
I've got a great prediction for you. So just wait till we get to it.
Okay.
So let's do our, do you have anything to add on betting until I go to fantasy?
I'm not touching the line in that game either way.
Okay.
I'd probably take the under on the 44.5, and that would be about it. I agree with that. I'm taking the under.
Okay, to your point about the putrid or non-existent Browns offense, if you have any Browns starters outside of Jenkins, and even if you have Jenkins, I would sit every single one of them. They are not going to score a lot of points this week. And when you hear my prediction, you're going to understand why. If you're in a kicker league, maybe, but the Browns almost are
taking kickers. You are a big special teams fan these days.
I am. And so let's go to the Lions and who I think I would skip on Sonic and Knuckles this week. I think the Lions are going to struggle to run the ball. I do think catches in the intermediate routes will be available.
Tell me we're going to have a Laporta game this week. That would be good.
2 picks to click fantasy-wise. Right. One is the Sun God. The other is your boy, Sam Laporta. I think he's going to feast this week to the tune of at least 1 touchdown. I think he's going to get double-digit targets and, 6+ catches.
I think the Sun God is basically a plug-and-play. Pick to click for basically every game for the rest of the season. But Laporta, I liked seeing that you had him on your little list here. My notes say Laporta, and I was getting very excited.
Have your prediction first or fantasy?
Here's what I'm going to say, okay? I agree with you in the run game for fantasy. I wouldn't touch Sonic or Knuckles. If I had to touch either one of them, it'd probably be Knuckles again. I think they're going to run him, if anybody, against these strong defensive lines and these fronts. I think he's the guy to go with. I still think Sonic can do damage. I just don't think he's going to get what Knuckles will get in these types of games. And as far as St. Brown Laporta, totally agree. You got me on that. Let's maneuver here. What's next?
Prediction
And
time. I agree with your Knuckles. If I had to pick one of the two, but I'm still staying away. And I am going to go 23-16 Lions.
Really? Okay.
Low scoring affair. It's going to hit the under. And I think the Browns are going to score a lot of field goals.
I'm going to go close. I'm going 2013 Lions.
Okay. Great.
I think there's going to be a couple of field goals in this game.
Yeah. I mean, you and I are pretty aligned on this.
Pretty aligned on this one, which scares me. I feel like we're in trouble here, but we don't want to jinx anything. Knock on wood in your head. But at the same time, I think those are sensible picks for a game like this. I don't think they're going to cover the spread, but I think they may flirt with it, and I think that's going to stay somewhat close throughout the game. It might be kind of a messy game at Ford Field. I think being a home game helps us. That's helpful. That's immensely helpful. All right. Bill, any final thoughts?
Go Honolulu blue and silver, and we'll talk to you, hopefully, once we get the victory.
I love it.